Hi campers, welcome to Cooking with Katrina, part 1. Alright, so today we're going to be making some different variations of egg bites. This is one of my favorite breakfasts. So at first we're just going to run through all the ingredients we're going to need. So I'm going to make two different types. I'm going to make one egg bite with ricotta in it, and then the other one is going to be a broccoli cheddar one, okay? So first, the ingredients we're going to need. We're going to need some broccoli. We're going to need some cheddar cheese. I went ahead and shredded mine ahead of time. You're going to need some ricotta. Any brand, any kind works. You're going to need 5 eggs to make about 24 egg bites. If you want to make more, just add more eggs. And then you're going to need some type of cooking oil, so I have coconut oil, to spray our muffin tin. So, our supplies, we're going to need a bowl to mix our egg bites in. We're going to need a fork. We're going to need some muffin tins. I have 2 of these. You're going to need a knife to cut up your vegetables. And finally, you're just going to need a cutting board. So if everyone has all those ingredients, we can get started. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to preheat our oven. And if you need a parent or guardian to help you with this step, please do so. So you're going to set your ovens to 350. So I've already gone ahead and done that. And then the next part is we are just going to spray our muffin tins with our cooking spray. So you're just going to give it a little shake. And then you're just going to give it a good little spray. This just helps so the egg bites don't stick when they're cooking. So after you're done that, we will start our next step, which is cracking our eggs. Alright, so now we're moving on to our eggs. This part can be a little bit tricky for some people once you get the hang of cracking. So we're going to grab our 5 eggs and just one at a time. I like to crack it on the bowl a little bit, and then there you go. And then you just want to make sure that you get no shells when you're cracking them. And it's okay if a yolk breaks because we're going to whisk them up lightly anyways. So I'm going to do this with all 5 of my eggs. After we've done that step, we're going to grab our fork, and then we're just going to lightly smash our yolks in there. There you go, and then you're just going to lightly whisk it. So it's kind of like a motion, like in a circle, a little wheel motion. You're just going to mix like this. Once it has this kind of texture, all the yolk is almost completely mixed up. We can just set that to the side. And then our next step will be cutting up our broccoli. Okay, so now we're going to move on to chopping up our broccoli. There isn't a specific amount you can use. You just kind of base it on how many egg bites you're going to make. So you're going to cut them into florets. So just take a little piece of the broccoli off there. I like to cut right at the stems there. It's a little bit easier. Because I'm not making as many egg bites, I'm not going to cut too much broccoli. So I think that should be enough. If it's not enough, I'll just add more. So the first thing I like to do is the stems. I just like to cut them as small as possible. Stems there and toss the rest of the garbage. And then now I'm just gonna start chopping a little bit. Because I'm making mini egg bites, the broccoli, we want it to be a little bit smaller than we would usually cut it. This just makes sure that it cooks all the way through when we put it in the oven. So I'm chopping this up just into little pieces. And then you can always chop up more if we're assembling our egg bites. If you don't have enough, you can always just cut up a little bit more broccoli. So there, I've chopped it all up. Trying to get all those little pieces. And then I just like to put it all together. Just kind of lightly go over it just to get those small pieces. There we go. And I kind of get little pieces like this. So this is kind of what we're looking for. So that is the only vegetable we have to chop up today. So this is a super easy recipe. And then our final step will be putting our egg bites into the pan and then into the oven. Alright, so our final step is putting our egg bites together. So now we're going to grab our pans that we sprayed a little bit earlier. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add our broccoli, our cheddar cheese, and our ricotta before we put in the egg. So I'll show you an example. So I'm going to make some broccoli cheddar ones first. So I have my broccoli in a bowl. Just going to put a little bit of broccoli. I'm going to do every other one. So just putting a little bit of each. Again, you can always add a little bit more broccoli, but we just want to make sure we have room for that cheddar cheese. A little bit of broccoli in there, and then we're going to grab our cheddar, our shredded cheddar, and you're just going to put a little bit in each little cup, just like that. Just a little bit. You can put a little more, a little less, whatever you like best. So we're going to have our cups like this, and then when you've done all of them, I'll show you what the next step is. So then I put my egg mix. I also put some seasoning in it as well. I put some onion powder, I put some garlic, put a little bit of chili powder and salt, so you can add a little bit of seasoning to that if you would like. And then I put it in a little container that I can easily pour out of, because we're going to pour the egg mixture into each cup. So I find it a bit easier to put it in maybe a measuring cup or something with a little faucet at the end. And then all you're gonna do is you're just gonna fill up. And then when it gets to the top, you're just gonna stop. And then you just do that for each one. Make sure you go slow on this part. You don't want any spills. Just like that. So those are the next two steps we're going to do. So I'm going to give everyone 5 or 10 minutes to get those all done, and then we'll pop them in the oven. Alright, so I finished putting together all my egg bites. I'll show you. So I have them all set up here on both pans. So our last step is all you have to do is put them in the oven, and your oven should be preheated by now, and you're going to cook them for 20 minutes. And after 20 minutes, you can take them out and we'll see the finished product. Alright, so I've taken my egg bites out of the oven. Just want to show everyone. So I have my ricotta. I put a little bit of cheddar in those too. And then my broccoli cheddar ones. I did taste one. They were delicious. And then you just sprinkle a little bit of salt. There's a close-up of it. And that's about it. So I hope everyone enjoyed this easy breakfast recipe. And I hope everyone has a great rest of their week. I'm Katrina, and I'll see you all later. Bye!